Great day, everyone. Welcome to our new topic. We have here our lesson title, Pearson R correlation coefficient. Alright, let's summarize the purpose, the variables and output and some keywords of Pearson R correlation coefficient. So you can see here, the purpose of correlation is to measure relationship, strength, and direction. It's something like we are going to measure if this certain variable, for example, relationship of a boy and a girl, how strong they are. It's just an example. How strong they are. Is it strong positive correlation, or it's no correlation, or it's negative correlation, or low negative correlation, something like that. Okay, so we're going to use formulas here later, and it's variable. There are two variables. Both are dependent. So we are using dependent variables here. Again, it's something like a relationship of a boy and a girl. They are dependent to each other. They love each other. They are loyal to each other. So we're just measuring how true it is. Is it really a strong relationship? It depends on how it depends on the variable given. For example, a couple and its dating hours in a week, something like we're going to give an example on that later. So how strong they are or how weak its relationship. And output, as you can see here, the output, a single value between -1 and +1. So your answer here should not be lower than -1 and di siya mataas sa +1. So, diha ra mag-range ang atong answer from -1 or +1. It depends. It's either positive or negative. And some of the keywords we're going to see or to read in a certain statement when it comes to Pearson R correlation coefficient are relationships, association, connected. So, it's something like how connected variable A and variable B, something like that. Or what's the relationship of a boy and a girl, something like that. So we're going to use Pearson R correlation coefficient at a certain, it depends on the statement. We're going to analyze the statement before proceeding to its formula. So for example, we have here relationship between study time and test score. So this dependent variables here, the study time and the test score. It represents two. We're going to put variables here later, x and y, study time and the test score. So how strong or how weak its relationship. Okay. We have here our Pearson product moment coefficient of correlation, our formula. So we are going to use this formula in dealing Pearson R correlation coefficient. We have here R, and it has here its definition of what's the meaning of R there, X, Y, summation of X, Y here on this side. Okay, R there, that's our correlation, is equal to n times summation of X times Y minus summation of X times summation of Y all over the square root of n times summation of x squared minus summation of x to the power of 2 times n times summation of y squared minus summation of y to the power of 2. So we're going to use this formula later when it comes in dealing Pearson R correlation coefficient. So these are its definition or its meaning. What symbol is that or in our formula. So these are the value of ranges from -1 to +1, which means R can't be higher than 1 or lower than -1. Remember that when in dealing Pearson R correlation coefficient, your answer should not be higher to +1 and not be lower to -1. Okay, so these are our descriptive equivalent. If we have here our answers, if it's either positive or -1, your equivalent is perfect positive or perfect negative correlation. From negative positive, it's either 0.91 to 0.99, that's very high positive, or very, very high negative correlation. 0.71 to 90, it's either positive or negative, that's high positive or high negative correlation. 0.51 to 0.70, that's moderate positive or negative correlation. 0.31 to 0.50, that's low positive or low negative correlation. And 0.01 to 0.30, that's very low positive or very low negative. And if your answer is 0, the equivalent of that is no correlation. Okay, so we're going to remember this one after we come up to a certain answer or the equivalent of R. So we're going to look at here the equivalent of our answer or the value of our R. Let's have here our example in Pearson R correlation coefficient. Again, we are following this formula here. So you can see, nasa ibaba itong formula. And we have here our problem. Let's read this one. A counselor records data from 8 couples on the value of X and the value of Y. That's our variable. Si X nag-represent sa average hours they spend together per week. So this, we have 8 couples nga nag-spend together, depende sa oras nga ilang spend together per week. That's the value of our X, and Y there. They rated the relationship satisfaction depende sa ilahang weeks ay sa ilahang hours nga gispend sa semana. So they rated it from 1 to 10. So that's the value of our Y. Question there. Compute the Pearson product moment correlation coefficient R between hours together and satisfaction. And then we're going to interpret the data or the result. So as you can see here, we have here given the value of our N. These are the couples, the 8 couples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have also here the hours spent together per week. That's the value of our X variable. We have given 2 hours per week for couple 1, 5 hours per week for couple 2, couple 3 is 1, couple 4, 8, 4, 6, 3, and 7. That's given hours per couple. And we also have here relationship satisfaction, nag-represent kay Y nga variable. So we have ilahang gi-rate ang ilahang satisfaction as couple. 4 over 10 for couple 1, 8 over 10 for couple 2, couple 3 is 2, 9, 6, 8, 5, and 9. So that's given nga mga values for our X variable and atong Y variable. So let's compute our Pearson product moment correlation coefficient R using our formula. Okay, since the given formula there, na siya value ni N, and we have our N here for our couples, and the value of Y here we have given the value of the value of X and the value of Y given, and also in the formula na siya value ni summation of X times Y. Okay, na siya summation of X times Y, as you can see there. Wala tayo value ana. So in this given table, ato siyang dugangan og X and Y. Kaya wala man, multiply daw si X ug si Y. So dugangan nato sa table X times Y. Ayan. So, maghimot tag table. So, ang pasabot ng x, y, ang value ni x ug value ni y, i-multiply. So, 2 times 4, that's 8. 5 times 8, that's 40. 1 times 2, that's 2. 8 times 9, 8 times 9 is 72. Just use your calculator. 4 times 6, that's 24. 6 times 8, that is 48, if I'm not mistaken. 3 times 5 is 15, and 7 times 9 is 63. So, nanatay value ni X times Y. And also there in our formula, so you can see here na atay X squared. Walay X squared sa ato ang table. So, atong dungagan ang table na to og X squared. Okay? So, unsay pasabot aning X squared? So, pasabot sa X squared, ang value ni X daw kani sila, to erase, ipang squared daw. So, kanang 2, 5, 1, 8, 4, 6, 3, 7, ipang squared. So, for example, si 2 2, example lang, si 2 squared. Pasabot ana, kaduhaon ni mag-multiply si 2. So 2 times 2 is, that is 4. We also have 5 squared. Dili na siya pasabot 5 times 2 ha. That's kaduhaon si 5. That is 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. We also have 1 squared. That is 1. 8 squared is 64. We also have 4 squared. That is 16. We also have 6 squared. That is 36. 3 squared is 9. And 7 squared is 49. So that's the value of our x squared. Next thing, we also have here in our formula y squared. So we're going to look at our y values here. In the same process sa atong gibuhat kay x squared, ipang squared lang nato ang value ni y. So we have y squared. Okay, y squared. So tanawa lang ning value diri ani y squared. We have 4, 8, 2, 9, 6, 8, 5, and 9. So we have 4 squared. That's 4 times 4 ang pasawatan na. So 4 squared is 16. 8 squared is 64. I-follow na lang. 2 squared is 4. 9 squared is 81. 6 squared is 36. We also have 8 squared is 64. We also have 5 squared is 25. And 9 squared is 81. Okay, so we have here the value of our n. Ito siya ipang compute. The value of our n, ipang add lang na tanan. We have 8. Ano siya ha? Pila ka buok. Ang value sa n, ihapa lang dahil ihapa. Ang value sa n, ihapa lang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 pairs. Value ni x, summation man. Ang pasabot sa summation, pag naa siya summation, pasabot ang ipang-add ni siya. Dili same ani. Kani n lang man, ihapa lang. Pero kaning summation, i-add ni mo ang tanan. So we have 2 plus 5 plus 1 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3 plus 7. If we're going to calculate that one in our calculator, we come up with itong value ni summation of x is 36. And we also have here summation of y. I-add lang na tanan. 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5 plus 9. Kaya calculate that one. That's 51. Okay? And we also have here summation of x times y. xy. So summation of x times y. Ayan, dali na lang sa ubos ang answer. So, i-add natin ng 8 plus 40 plus 2 plus 72 plus 24 plus 48 plus 15 plus 63. If you're going to add that one using your calculator, you come up with 272. Okay, next one. We have here, x squared. Just add that one. Summation of x squared is equal to, ako lang sa ubos na ako ibutang, 4 plus 25 plus 1 plus 64 plus 16 plus 36 plus 9 plus 49. Add it up together. We come up using our calculator. That is 204. And we also have summation of y squared. You are going to add that one together. 16 plus 64 plus 4 plus 81 plus 36 plus 64 plus 25 plus 81. So sum it up together. We come up with summation of y squared, 371. So remember this result from our table. We have n is equal to 8. Summation of x is equal to 36. Summation of y is equal to 51. Summation of x times y is 272. Summation of x squared is 204. Summation of y squared is 371. So, ato siya i-delete. Ato ibutang na to siya sa ato ang formula. So, ipang note sa na to. We have, using our formula, ako lang sa nang i-delete. Okay, ato ipang note. Note na to, we have value of n, as we can see here in our result, is 8. Summation of x is equal to 36. Summation of y is equal to 51. We also have summation of x times y is equal to 272. Summation of x squared is equal to 204. And summation of y squared is equal to 371. So, we're going to note that one. And then, using our formula, i-input lang sa formula. So, dali na lang ako i-continue. So, we have, sa formula, mag-base ha, we have r is equal to, the value of n, as you can see here, n is 8. Yan, 8. And then, summation of x times y here. That is, open and close parenthesis, 272, close, subtraction. So, we have minus, summation of x is here, open and close parenthesis, that's 36. And then summation of y is here, open and close parenthesis, we have 51. And then, on the lower part here, we have the square root of, i-follow lang, kanang bar dira, pwede ra gyapon na parenthesis. Same ra na sila ha, i-input tanan sa calculator. The value of n is 8 times summation of x squared is 204. I-input na to si 204 minus summation of x. Lahi ang summation of x squared ug lahi ang summation of x to the power of 2. Tanawang parenthesis. Summation of x is 36. And then, open and close parenthesis to the power of 2. Okay? And then, ato na lang iyan, dili mo maglibog sa bar o sa parenthesis. Pero parihara ng if calculator, pwede ra parenthesis ang gamiton ha. Kung walay kaning murag bar, kana siya. So, we have i-close na to. Open na naman. Narata diri ang aside. The value of n is 8. Summation of y squared. As you can see, y squared is 371. And then, summation of y here, that is 51. Close. And then, to the power of 2. And then, close parenthesis. Okay? Atong kuan kay basin dili maklaro. Ayan, we have to the power of 2. Di maklaro si to the power of 2. Sa we have 371 close and then minus napay minus di ay summation of y 51 close to the power of 2 and then close. Okay, so that's it. We have here na input na sa formula ang ato ang mga values. So using your calculator, para sure, unaha sag-solve ang ibabaw nga portion, kani nga part, we have 8 times, i-input sa calculator tanan, apilang parentheses. So 8 times 272, my close parenthesis minus, open parenthesis, 36, close parenthesis, open na naman, 51, close, equal sign. So, ang equal sign, mugawas ana nga result is 340. Okay, so dili na po ka nga side sa ubos. Kaning square root of something. Para sure, ayaw lang sa iapil si square root. Iiliwit na lang na si square root. Kani lang sang sulod. Sulod sa square root. So, we have, pwede rin siya open parenthesis times, open parenthesis ka sa calculator, 8. And then, open na sad ka, 204, close parenthesis, minus sign, open parenthesis na naman, 36, close, and then go, tuplo ka ang to the power of 2, and then close parenthesis na naman, and then open na naman, and then butang si 8, open parenthesis na naman, 371, and then close, and then subtraction, and then open parenthesis, and 51, close, squared, and then don't forget the close parenthesis, equal sign, wala sa labot si square root ha. Ang mugawas nga result ana, if imo siyang i-calculate, we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2. So we have here 340 divided by the square root of 123312. So if we're going to calculate that one in our calculator, divide lang. 340, pag naakay katong murag bar sa calculator na scientific, pwede ra. 340 divided by the square root of 123312. The result is, if unahon sa nato niya, kanilang sa ubos, we have 340. Ang result aning square root, pwede ra para dili ka mag, basin ni calculator, mga dili siya, kanipag idiritso ni mo change ang answer, kaya dili siya inana ka high-end na calculator. Kanilang sa i-calculate lang sa square root of 123312. Ang result ng square root of 123312 is 351.16. Okay? So, easy na siya i-divide. 340 divided by 351.16. Ay, sorry. 340, 351.16 ang result. So, the value of our R is equal to, kani siya ha, pwede mo na siya i-input sa calculator, 0, pwede na upat ka, para sure, 0.9682. Okay? So, if atong balikan, 0.9682, if balikan na ato ang equivalent, ang result na 0.96 or 0.996 man siya. So, ato ang interpretation ani is very high. Positive man ang result. Very high, positive correlation. Kana na lang core. So we concluded this one, the value of our R, or our Pearson product moment correlation coefficient R is equal to 0.9682. And interpretation for that is very high positive correlation. Okay?
Sorry, it's DJ.
Good.